Welcome back to Tarot with Toy. Today is going to be general read for fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sag. All will be done together on this video. I will post the time marks at the bottom in the description box. Anything you need to know about me will also be below in the description box. If this is your first time, thanks for coming. If this is your second time, go ahead and hit that like button. This is going to be general again, so only take what resonates for you. If it is not for you, do not bend, twist, poke, or do anything like that to make it fit your situation at this moment. That will not help you. It will only hinder you. First up is going to be Aries. Aries. What does my Aries need to know today? What do my Aries need to know? What do my Aries need to know? Okay. All right, you guys are completing some cycles. And the completion of these cycles or the endings of these cycles and phases may have you feeling rejected. So these may be some endings that you did not initiate. And they may have been extremely comfortable for you. Even if it was not a phase in your life that you enjoyed, it was a phase in your life that you were comfortable with, attached to, that you wanted to kind of hold on to because you knew what to expect there. And on the back, we have apology and guarded. So something could have went on with this separation or whatever, or during the relationship that had you feeling guarded toward this person, even though they were your comfort. You may have been getting apologies. You may have gotten apologies from them, but something may have happened that caused a rift so deep that you're very guarded against this person, with this person. But at the same time, they're your comfort. They're not someone that you want to leave. But this is a change that you may have wanted, but you didn't expect, but it was fated. So the time that you've spent with this person in this situation, the time is up. You've outstayed your welcome. You've learned what you needed to learn. You've experienced what you needed to experience. And it's time for you to move on. Yeah, it was unexpected. Like I said, unexpected. You didn't expect this to happen. This was definitely something that, although fated and you may have wanted, you didn't expect it because you most likely would not have made the move for it to happen, which is why you are feeling rejected, because you wouldn't have initiated it, because why? You're comfortable there. Alchemy, twin flames. Okay, now we got something. So listen to your gut. Listen to your gut with the alchemy and your spirit guides, your dreams. You are getting signs. You're getting dreams, perhaps, visions, maybe even just flashes or just thoughts. You're getting signs. Pay attention to those signs. Because this is going to be something that you are going to absolutely have to work through because you feel lost. The basis or the beginning of this could have started in the spring. And by the beginning or the basis, I mean not just this separation right here, because we did have spring just pass, right? But what I mean is the setting for right now could have started last spring or the spring before. In the summertime, this is where it started. And it could have also been where it ended as well. But you and this person had a very, very deep attraction to one another at some point. At one point, you were very, very attracted attracted to this person. And it could have been around the summertime. I mean the springtime, sorry guys. But then that's when the change happened also. So this could have been an attraction that you had towards them. Maybe they didn't have those feelings towards you necessarily. And that's where the change took. That could have been where you started to feel rejected. Maybe the attraction was not for you, but someone else perhaps. Let's see, feminine, twin flames again. Now this is your twin flame. Let's keep going. I've gotten twin flame twice, you guys. Now, you know those twin flames, y'all are just connected. The truth, yep. Transformation. So, this is when the truth, twin flames again. So, maybe you lost that attraction for this person. Maybe through their actions. Because you found out some sort of truth. The truth that caused the initial breakdown between you. But you're twin flames. And as twin flames, what do? You always come back to each other because you're drawn to one another. Because essentially, you guys actually push one another. You push and you pull, but you push one another to do better. You know what I mean? Because you learned those lessons. So one is growing, and you could have been the grower. That didn't sound right. Okay, but we're just gonna act like we're gonna go scratch that, void that. Okay, you could have been the person that grew during this relationship, which is why you have the sun. You could have been the one that grew. You offered them your love because you were the one that grew. So you gave the offer, and they could quite possibly be the ones that are running. On the back, we have the Ace, beginnings. So this, you could be dealing with an earth sign, you guys. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You could be dealing with a earth sign. Again, Taurus, Virgo, Cap. And this person is really making you work for them, especially if you want them. You are working for them, working to keep them, working to maintain this union as you will, because you're twin flames, and that's what you guys do. If you guys are not together in this moment, you guys will get back together for a communication, just to talk, or a message will come to you, will get to you somehow, right? But you guys may be getting to a state to where you realize what this person is or was for you. So the twin flame journey, there's always one, again, like I said, that grows, right? And there's one that kind of just lags behind. One runs, one chases, right? Runner, chaser, yeah. One runs, one chases, right? So the chaser is usually the one that grows, right? And the one that runs is usually the one that's lacking. So you as the chaser, right? You may be reaching the point to where the communication that you want to give to this person is that, hey, this is not what it is. This is a lot of work. This is way more work than I want, right? And you start to listen to your gut. That's, you know, your purpose, your north node. You start to remember who you are and realize that you're chasing someone that don't want to be kept. Even if they don't want to be kept right now at this moment, you're chasing somebody that don't want to be kept, right? It's not a good look. Fake aid and thoughts, right? So there are a lot of things that were just illusions. There's a lot of things that may have felt a type of way, but you may realize that that's not really what that was, right? So your beliefs are different. And you may have set that to the side for me. You see the person take their face off or whatever, beliefs. So you placed your actual beliefs aside and you put on a mask. You masked how you really felt because you wanted to be with this person, right? But when you're using your intuition and you're listening to your gut, you start to think. And those thoughts led you right back to your purpose. Is this person really for me? This is too much work. It shouldn't be this hard. So you're starting to think these thoughts. You're starting to think isolating. Why? Because you have time by yourself alone and you take your mask off and you come back to yourself. Unity, this is decisions and transcendence. There you go, unity. So you're making these decisions now. You have to make a choice and you have to put yourself back together because you had initially split yourself because you were double-minded at a time because you're chasing this person. So a part of you wants to chase this person and a part of you is not. It's like you have one person on each shoulder. Chase, don't chase. Chase, don't chase. Chase, don't chase. But you have to unite yourself again. You have to balance yourself. Become one mind. I know that sounds really weird, but align your thoughts to where you can think with clarity. That's what you had to do. And you were able to do that. So we're going to go ahead and get some tarots. I'm so sorry about the noise, you guys. I don't know what they're out there doing today. I thought it was going to be a little quiet. Clearly, I was wrong. I do apologize. Let me see which cards I want to use. I do hope that you are enjoying the read. If it resonates for you, please feel free to comment below and let me know it resonates. If this is your first time and you like what you hear and it's resonating for you, go ahead, subscribe, and hit the bell button. If you have already subscribed, I don't know why I can't talk, y'all. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Definitely hit the like button. We family now, y'all, okay? So we're going to go ahead and get this tarot. Ironically, it's falling on top of the Mercury card, which is the communication, right? The Four of Wands. It's falling on top of the Mercury card. That is a reunion. That's soulmate energy. That's a celebration. That's, you know, a coming back together or whatever. Happiness. And the Two of Wands, that's decision making. So some of you may have to make a decision when it comes to this relationship. Normally, they say twin flames do not end up together, right? Or if you do stay together, it's hard because there's always this runner, this chaser, right? Again, one's growing, one's not. So someone's always being left behind, and that causes an imbalance in the relationship, right? But sometimes it works. Sometimes, you know, you can work through it. You may have a lot of ups and downs. You may have a lot of separations, or you may not. Sometimes there are twin flames that are together, and it just works out, right? But for those of you that it will work out for, you know, there's decisions that you're going to have to make, right? Because there's going to be something that you're going to have to give up in order to be in this relationship with this person. Because you guys are imbalanced, right? So there's something that you're going to have to give up. You're going to lack somewhere in this relationship if you're going to be with this person. But you guys definitely do love one another. There's chemistry. It's soulmates. You know, sometimes, you know, you can have a soulmate that's also your twin flame, and that could be more favorable for you. But you guys are moving toward or will move toward new things, you know? So new things will come to pass for you as a unit, as well as for yourself. So it's a new beginning. It's a new... So if you guys are basically starting over again, it's going to be starting from a clean slate, from zero. Hopefully this will be the last time you start from a clean slate from zero, but there's that opportunity there for you to restart it. And for it to be, you know, good for you, equally balanced, or working toward being equally balanced. Maybe you guys will come together and you'll be able to communicate, create that balance, learn how to talk to one another, talk to listen, not for your turn to talk. So that's something also that you'll have to learn if you're in a relationship with a twin flame, again, because of the growth pattern is not always on the same level, right? So you'll have to learn to speak with intent and also listen to understand. So we have the Empress split with the King of Swords. Woo, Lord, all right. So the Empress is abundant, you guys. The Empress is nurturing. Just things just come to her. She's the sun, right? The King of Swords is a very, very strong energy. Very, very strong energy. Very opinionated. Very matter of fact. I would say that there's an imbalance there. Not a bad imbalance, but I would call it a slight imbalance. You know, it's a king and an empress, of course, but the King of Swords, to me, is very matter of fact, very to the point, whereas the Empress is nurturing, softer, you know? So, just different, let me see what I want to say. Different matters or means of communication. We'll say that. Different means of communication. So, yeah, definitely listen to understand and speak with intent. Temperance. For sure. Because there is, you do want harmony here. If this is something that you guys are going to go for, you want it. You want it to work. The time away thinking, the thoughts, all of that. The fate for you guys to not be together or break or have that no contact, it might have been a fate that was needed in order for you to have that time apart to get to this phase right here that you're about to go into. If this is for you, again, only take it as it resonates. You know if it's you. Six of Wands and the Emperor. So the Six of Wands is, you know, a success. It's you accomplishing what you want with the Emperor. You know, you could grow this person, or this person could have grown if you aren't together now. When you get back together, this person could have grown. But sometimes, you know how they say women are on a faster level or grow faster than men, you know, mentally, emotionally, and things of that nature. So sometimes women help men get to the next level. You elevate them. Even if you're in the background and you're not that forceful voice, you help to elevate. The Empress, yeah, see? You help to elevate. So your patience with this. Essentially, you guys may be manifesting this and waiting, and your patience may be because you are wanting to give birth, the Empress, to something that is going to be lasting, right? And the Tower that you just got, this sudden change, is your fight. The fight in you in order to push for this. Because some of you may know that this is for you, right? But you're going to experience a Tower. If you haven't already, if this is somewhere that you feel you're going, if this read is not quite where you are now, but you feel like you're headed there, or if you're in the throes right now of this Tower, split with the Emperor again and the King of Cups. Some of you may have more than one option. Some of you may have taken this no contact or may have been apart from this person for so long that someone else may have actually slid in. And, you know, that could be destined for some of you. Like I said, all twin flames are not meant to be together. But this tower, the falling of this tower is, yeah, you guys. So it's coming in because something is taken from you. Yeah, so the Empress, the Tower, the Seven of Swords, the Ten of Cups. So the Tower is is something that's your ground shaking. You didn't expect your ground to shake, right? Because you're out here living all free and freely. Everything's going good. And then all of a sudden, wait, what? What happened? What happened? Someone was underhanded. Someone was tricking you, deceiving you of some sort, stealing something from you. Not necessarily in the physical, like money or things of that nature, but they could have stole your heart. They could have stole your dreams. They could have stole something that you were working on that you put on the back burner for them. Someone stole something from you that maybe you can't get back at this moment, right? And what that person stole from you that maybe you can't get back this moment is this Ten of Cups, which is your happiness, your stability. Maybe you had, some of you had this idea. You could have children with this person also with the Empress, or you could be pregnant right now, right? You had an idea, right, of where your life was going with this person. And this Tower kind of came and crushed that idea, right? So with the crushing of that idea based off of someone else's actions, i.e. the person that you're with, they stole from you the happy home that you wanted. That I want my children to be in the same house with both parents. The fact that I want, you know, my children's father to be, or mother to be, well, it's usually father, but you know, let me take that back. Sometimes moms do too, that I want my children's mother or father to be in their lives. And maybe your person is a runner, so you know that this is now not something that's going to be expected. You know now that this is not something that you can actually expect to happen on a consistent basis. You know, there are a lot of things now with this being stolen from you that you know are going to change. You may have had thoughts of, oh, we're going to get a house, we're going to work together, we're going to do this, that, and the third. And now some of you may be having to face the fact that you're going to be responsible alone, financially, mentally, and emotionally for this child or children if you have multiple children with this person. And that person stole from you what you wanted to give to your family, or the type of family that you desired. On the back, we have the King of Cups split with the Emperor again. Y'all, somebody might have definitely slid in on some of y'all. Yeah, somebody might have slid in on some of y'all for real. So some of y'all are like, I don't know the truth now. Y'all found the truth. You are not willing to do what you need to do in order to be in this relationship with me. You keep playing these games, running around, things of that nature. I'm not going to play with you. I'm not going to be in my head worried about everything that you're doing anymore, wondering where you're at, texting, calling, all of that, this, that, and I'm not going to do all that anymore. You are not doing what I need you to do. You're not being the person I need you to be. And a lot of y'all are hurt to the point that you don't necessarily, you feel like this person just ran out on you. You feel like this person sold you a dream. That's how a lot of you are feeling. And that would be why you allowed somebody else to slide in, because maybe somebody else was able to be the person that you wanted this one to be, but they are unable to be on a consistent basis. The Star split with the King of Swords again. Oh, okay. What is this? These fell out. Wheel of Fortune and the Two of Swords. Some of y'all are going to have to make a decision. The Wheel of Fortune, that's a life cycle ending. That's a change. That's a change. And you're going to have to make a decision with the Two of Swords. It's not going to be an easy decision, but you're going to have to make a decision. On the back, we have the Lovers split with the Magician. Y'all. All right now. Let's clarify the Ten of Swords, because I'm nosy. Clarify the Ten of Swords. Ooh, Ten of Swords clarified by the Devil. Yeah, this was toxic, y'all. This person, yeah. This person hurt you. If this part resonates for you, this person hurt you deeply. The Ten of Swords is a very, very deep betrayal. Almost like somebody just left you to bleed out, right? But the Devil, that's toxicity. That's manipulation. That's an addiction, you know? That's, oh my gosh, you guys, this is... Let's clarify the Wheel of Fortune. I don't like that Devil with the Ten of Swords, y'all. I don't like that at all. Let's clarify the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune is clarified by the Queen of Wands. Yes, indeedy. This is it for you. This is you guys moving to the next level. This is a change. And this change, although painful, it graduated you for the most part. You are living your best life at this moment. You know what I mean? You guys are where you need to be. You're confident. You've learned what you needed to learn. A lot of you. You've learned what you needed to learn. Whether you're going to stay with this person or move on, you've learned what you need to learn, and you found yourselves again. So you have a newfound respect for yourselves again. Either way, you have a newfound respect for yourselves, and you're moving differently. Where you taught this person to treat you and it was beneath you. Yes, I said beneath you. You allowed this person to treat you beneath what you deserve. You're no longer accepting that, because now you know your worth. Again, whether you're staying or whether you're going, you know your worth. And you are going to teach people how to treat you accordingly. I love it. I absolutely love it. Split with the Queen of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles. I absolutely love it. Nine of Pentacles are your wishes as well. The things that you want tangible. That's you comfortable. And you're the Queen of Wands. Of course you're comfortable. You're absolutely comfortable. Best possible outcome. Knight of Wands. That is, this is someone coming in. If someone's not already coming in. Like, this could be your person coming back in. This is someone coming back in. Or this is you being courageous all by yourself. You can take on this energy as well. It doesn't always have to be a person of the opposite sex. It's all energy. But this could absolutely be you coming back better than ever. You know, ready to move and shake. You know, ready to network, do what you need to do because you feel yourself. You know what I mean? You're feeling yourself a little bit. This could absolutely be you. It could also be someone else. But I don't like to say, you know, that it's always a person, because I don't want anyone that listens to me to base their decisions or their worth off of the opposite sex. I don't want any of you, none of you, to feel like you need the opposite sex to validate you. You are good by yourself. You're enough by yourself. Whether you're with someone or not, you're enough. So that was Aries. I do hope you guys enjoyed that. That was a really, really good reading. So, if you are an Aries, you liked it, it resonated with you, some, all, or what have you, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, because I will be doing y'all every week. So, every week you will have one of these lovely readings. If you enjoyed this one, there is more to come. And next I am going to be doing Leo. I will be spot marking at the bottom in the box, description box. So go ahead and check the description box before you start if you don't want to hear all of the fire signs. If you only want to hear yours, go ahead and check that description box so you'll know where yours starts. Cards, y'all. Okay. Leo. it summer? Is this all these relationship issues is because it's summer? Yeah, it is summer. It's June almost. Let's see. So, someone is in a relationship where there's no more trust. Basically, someone went off and did something outside of the person that they're supposed to be with, right? But you guys were able to reconcile. If you're not completely reconciled yet, you guys are in the midst of it. So maybe you're having conversations, things of that nature, trying to figure out exactly where you're taking the relationship, right? So you may have started back dating, just having conversations, maybe going for coffee, something like that, just trying to reconnect with one another, just trying to fill each other out and see if this is truly something that you want, right? Because the both of you know that you're at a crossroads. Because once someone goes outside of the relationship, it's really, really hard to get that trust back. Even if you want to be with that person and that person wants to be with you, it's hard to get that trust back. So the person that did the dirt could get tired of trying to appease and make the person that they wronged feel comfortable, right? There's so many things that could go left or right. That is why you guys are at a crossroads, because these are the things that you need to discuss. If you are not there yet, you're just in conversations right now, think about that. Think about exactly what you need to speak to this person about. And I hate to say make bullet points and things of that nature, but this is something that you want to take seriously and that you really want with this person. You kind of need to take it seriously. So you need to know the things that you want to know, the things that will help you move forward in this relationship in a positive way if this is something that you want. Because you can't just say, I love you, you love me too, yeah, so let's be together. That's not it, because you've broken trust. So what are we going to do to build that trust back? Because you don't need that person getting tired of you needing to feel comforted, or, needing to get that little extra just to make sure you know what they're doing, where they are, and that they're not doing anything that they have no business doing, right? You need to be allowed time to heal if you're going to remain with this person. And that person needs to allow you that time to heal. Okay, I'm talking. Sorry, guys. So, okay, on the back we have secret admirer and fears. So, of course, you guys are in fear if you were wronged. If you were the one that wronged, you could still be in fear. But secret admirer, maybe the person that you were wronged with, or vice versa, was someone that was watching them. Yeah. It just so happened I'm interested. I'm not gonna say anything. We're just, and we're just gonna see what happens. But they weren't going to say anything, and somehow all of the dominoes were laid out correctly. Everything aligned, and they were able to take it to the next level, right? But this communication that you're going to have with this person regarding direction and where you're going to take this, it's going to be out of the blue. So you guys could be out having fun, right? Doing something. Could just be on the phone, not discussing anything that has to do with the direction that you're taking this relationship at this moment. And it just goes there. You could be watching TV and it pops up. It's going to be all of a sudden and out of the blue. So I can't tell you to write bullet points, right? Just be prepared. Be thinking to yourself what you need from this person if this is something that you want. On the back, it is third party. Third party. Split with meanings. So signs and synchronicity, right? So those are signs. So you guys will see things that will, give you messages, basically. You'll see things. So signs of synchronicity. So it could be numbers, it could be songs, but you guys need to pay attention to those, your dreams, all of that, right? Because this is going to grow you. This is going to grow you. And when you experience the type of growth that you are going to experience right now, it comes from pain. I don't want to scare you by saying that. I don't. Because if you're with someone and they wronged you, of course that's pain. But this is going to come from a pain that you may find to be unbearable at times, right? But it's going to grow you. It's going to teach you. It's going to give you wisdom that you needed. Yep, I just said that. Courage and strength. 2. Yeah, because you guys you guys may have lived together. You may have had a relationship to where you were building something. And so you had roots, you had foundation, you had something together already, right? There's something there. You may have a home together, right? But this person went out with a third party and they had a good time. And that jeopardized their home with you. That one night jeopardized that good time, right? And shapeshifter and between the lines. This person could not be who you think they are. Or some of you may actually know who this person is that your person went out and had a good time with. This could be someone in your space, someone that you know, that you maybe go on outings with, that you're familiar with, and you could have a vibe about this person. Something about this person could just rub you the wrong way, rather now or since you've known them. Something about this person could have rubbed you the wrong way. And you weren't doing that, looking between the lines, because maybe you didn't see this person as necessarily a threat. Maybe you didn't see this person as a threat. Maybe you weren't looking in between the lines with this person or your person because you didn't expect that from your person, him or her. You didn't expect that from them, right? But this person over here, shapeshifter, right? There could have, again, been something about them. So it's not necessarily that you wouldn't expect that from them, but you might have put them in the back of your mind because you side-eyed them. So it may have just been a person that you were familiar with, but you didn't deal with because there was just something off about them, right? But fated meeting and travel. Maybe you met this person when you're traveling. Or you will travel with this person. Could be going somewhere and you just run into this person. Or it could also be that the person that, the third party, because it just sounds like the person. So it could also be that the third party and your person met by fluke. Maybe your person was out doing something, and they just ran across this person. And again, the situation allowed for it. The opportunity just arose. It may not have even been anything that they planned. It just happened because the situation and, everything aligned. But you did get an apology. And you may need to apologize to yourself for not looking deeper. Because if you did have those little red flags, those little gut feelings or whatever, and you ignored them, you may need to apologize to yourself. You may need to forgive yourself. But you have an attraction to this person, like a deep attraction to this person. So a lot of you will be going back because you have a very, very deep attraction to this person. So much to the point that it's toxic because this person could actually be a karmic. This could actually not really be your person. You just feel as though this is your person. Divine and fears. A lot of you do, like I just said, a lot of you feel like this is your person. And your fear is that this could be a misconnection for you. If you let this go, it is karmic, right? But a lot of you feel like this is your person. And you're afraid of losing this person because a lot of you feel like this is your person. And for some of you, this is your person, right? competition. That third party might not be out of the picture though either. That third party might actually still be somewhere around wanting to make it happen again. They may not want a relationship necessarily, but they may definitely want to have some fun between the sheets. Ooh, because maybe they created something together with this one night of fun, two nights of fun, or whatever. Friends and spiritual awakening. So you guys may be seeing things clearly now, right? And again, not necessarily a friend, someone that you're familiar with, but you woke up. Your eyes are open now. The veil has been lifted. Some of you blocked this person. Some of you blocked this person and they're trying to get in contact with you. Because they're worried. They may be worried that this is a misconnection. Because again, this is not something, this third party is not something that was meant to last. This is something that, again, the opportunity presented itself, right? So they could be worried with them being blocked and them trying to contact you. They could be worried about your response. They could think for sure that you think they're a player and that this is something that they missed, that they messed up with you. They could think that they 100% fumbled you because you see them as this. Okay, we're going to get some tarot out. Okay, we're going to get some tarot. I do hope you are enjoying the read. Again, this is for Leos. I hope you're enjoying this reading. If you have not already subscribed and you like what you hear, go ahead, hit that subscribe, that like, and that bell so you'll get that notification every time I drop. Of course it would fall on the floor, right? Only makes sense. That new offer coming in, new love, a new offer, message, like I said, waiting to hear from them, or they're attempting to hear from you, a message. Well, whatever it is, it's love, it's an offer, it's some sort of romance because it's a cup. So they're trying to offer you that cup. Let's see what's on the back. 10 of Cups, yeah. Split with the 3 of Pentacles. They're trying to get it back together. They want to collaborate with you. Because they realize what they had. They know that they messed up. It's a fumble. They realize that this was a fumble. That they made a bad choice. Just trying to have fun for a night. You offer this person something that they may not have had. You offer this person comfort. You make this person feel safe. You are that emotional female energy that helps this person grow. That's exactly what you offer them. Your comfort. You're their calm. You help keep them stable. You balance them, and they know that. They know that, and they are willing to step out and look crazy to request it again. They're willing to look crazy, knowing what they've done. They will look crazy coming back and asking, for another chance. They know they'll look crazy, but they are willing to do that. They're willing to look without leaping because they know who you are, the purpose that you served in their life. They know that, right? Page of Pentacles split with the King of Wands. What'd I just say? What did I just say? They know exactly who you are. With the King of Wands, this person could have a little bit of cash on. It could have a little bit of cash or not. But we have the King of Swords here. It didn't fall out. There could have been a time that they were, you know, in that type of energy right there, that they were a little bit on the assertive side, you know, a little forceful. And some of you might like that, you know. Nevertheless, this person knows exactly who you are to them, the space that you hold in their lives. And they are afraid that this King of Wands again, that this is a misconnection. This person does have a lot of vibe about them. They have a very, very strong aura. And that could have been exactly what attracted you to them. They have a very, very good, strong aura. They present well, they speak well, they communicate well, but they don't make the best decisions, right? And they know that they made a bad decision with you. But what is this? 9 of Cups. You are their wish fulfillment. You are what they want. For you, for them, I mean, that would be fair. That would be balanced. Being with you would balance things out. For them. It may not balance things out for you, right? But justice for you would be cause and effect, would be truth, would be clarity, would be, you know, accepting what happened and being able to move on at peace. That would be justice for you. Maybe even them taking accountability for what they did. The truth would be justice for you. But for them, justice for them would be you. It would be you. And they've been sleeping on it. Oh, they worried about it. They don't know what the future holds for the two of you. They don't know what the future holds. They've been sleeping on it. They may have been having a conversation about it. You know, trying to get advice. Because again, they know they fumbled you. They fumbled you. And the separation or the way that you are reacting in the situation, it could have actually helped to grow them emotionally as well. They could be a bit more emotionally sound now, a bit more balanced, you know? But there's conflict. Competition. I was hoping that wasn't what that was, y'all, but alright, y'all fires. Y'all are fiery as heck. Y'all fire signs, fiery for real. Y'all are in demand, I'm telling you that. I just got this same with Aries. Well, not the exact same reading, but someone else in the mix and sliding in. This King of Cups is not your person. This King of Cups is somebody else sliding in while your person was over here asleep. Dwelling on the fact that they fumbled you. That's who this King of Cups is. And this is going to be competition. This King of Cups, so like they have competition with your person. Because you may have been open. You may have told them where you are right now in your relationship. I just went through a messy breakup. We're still in communication, but we're not together. So there may be some rivalry there. Some ego. Look. Leo, Aries, Sag. Of course. Of course there's ego. It's a fire. At the bottom, it's 9 of Wands. Still with the 9 of Swords. So you guys are coming out of healing. You're like at the end stages of healing, acceptance, and moving forward in a positive manner, right? But you are still in your head about it. You still think about it. It still sometimes puts you in a bad headspace, you know? Sometimes you still worry about not being with this person, the outcome of not being with this person. how you'll feel if this person ends up with someone, anything like that. There's worry, right? Why we have the King of Pentacles too, y'all? All right. We'll put it out there. Y'all doing a lot, though. Y'all doing a whole lot. Y'all doing a lot out here. You Leos. Clarify King of Wands. Clarify King of Wands. You guys could basically have 3 different signs that to contend with. So you may just be, you know, conversing, you know, having friends, dating with water signs, fire signs, and earth signs. So Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Aries, Leo, Sag, or Taurus, Virgo, Cap. You could be communicating with any of these people. And if you're single, I mean, like, why not? Because you guys are at the end of something. You guys are on the way to something different. 9 of Pentacles. You are on the way to something different. So if you guys are, you know, out here dating, I don't know why these cards keep moving over, you guys. Out here dating, conversing, getting to know people, you know, putting people through the scratch test. That's not what they call it. I'm gonna tell you that I know that's not what they call it. Sniff test, that's what it is. Through the sniff test, that's okay. Because you have to get to know people before you take them seriously, you know? And you guys are coming out of the healing phases, which means this is a good time for you to start meeting people, mingling. They don't have that fast dating anymore, but you know what I mean. And right now, the Magician and the 6 of Pentacles, you have everything that you need to move to the next phase. You have everything that you know that you need, and you may now even know how to use the tools that you have to move forward because you're ready to invest somewhere else. You're ready to give your love, your emotion, your access somewhere else. So these 3 out here, you're vetting them now because you have the tools with this Magician card. You have the tools to vet people, see them for who they are. You're not accepting these representatives anymore. You can see past that because, like I said earlier, this situation grew you because it hurt you. Pain grows you. Pain either grows you or it stagnates you. And a lot of you grew through this pain. On the bottom is the 10 of Cups, split with the 2 of Cups. Y'all get what you want. You don't get everything you want. You're gonna get your happy ending. You're gonna get the person that's meant for you, that you're equally balanced with. That's duality that's gonna give you exactly what you give them. You're gonna get it. But you needed this moment. You needed everything that has transpired now to get there. So if you are mingling, mixing to get to that person, when they find you, if you are a woman, and when you find them, if you are a man, you will know. That's possible outcome. That's possible outcome. Best possible outcome is the Ace of Swords. It's clarity. That's a mental breakthrough. That's you knowing, seeing things exactly for what it is. You recognizing this was a space in my life that I had to go through. This is what I need to accept. This is why I need to accept it. This is what I need to do to get to the next phase of my life. And when I get to that next phase of my life, this is what I need to do. This is what I do not need to do. And this is what I need to focus on. This is what I do not need to focus on. This is what I need to accept. This is what I should not accept. And you know, the whole spill. I do hope you fire signs accept it. Enjoyed the reading. If you are not subscribed and you did enjoy it, go ahead and subscribe. If you are already subscribed, thank you. Go ahead and hit that like button anyway. And absolutely, leave me a comment. Tell me if any of this resonates with you. Type in just it resonated. Or you know what, if you subscribed, type and tell me you subscribed. So the next one that we are going to do, you guys, are Sag. What do my Saggies need to know? Let's see. You guys are regret because y'all might not be, someone's in regret or you're in regret because you might not be happy with the karma that you're getting. You may have done something and you don't like the repercussions of what you did, right? And you can't control it. If this is your twin flame, you can't, that's why you can't control it. That's something that's not controllable, right? But you can't control what's going on now and you don't like it because you're being controlled by the situation. You may be being manipulated by the situation because you're hooked and tied a lot deeper than the other person is. On the back, we have masculine split with forming, structure, solid foundation. You thought you were building this foundation with this person. And you're not. This person was, you know, not doing right by you. You allowed this person to have control in this relationship. You allowed this person to have complete control in this relationship. And you basically just went along with what they said when they said it. Not like a puppy dog. I don't mean that in a bad way because I do know how it came out. But, you know, when you're in a relationship, you want that person to be happy, right? So, you know what I'll say? You guys maybe bended a bit more than they did. And in bending more so than they did, you gave them power or control of the relationship. And you've given them so much control that now you can't take any of it back because they're not relinquishing any of it, right? But you want it back. You want it back because you want growth with this person. But we'll see. Let's see. Nurture and self-worth. Your expectations were way too high for this person, right? Because this was a person that you maybe coddled or you felt as though you needed to coddle because they may have been a bit, well, I'm not going to say they were. They may have, some of them may have actually been a bit more sensitive than you, but others may have known how to play that sensitive role in order to get you to fall in line as well, right? Nevertheless, regardless, you guys could have been going along with this person and you could have been knowing the whole time that you were being manipulated in a sense, you know, kind of played with, kind of toyed with so that this person would get their way. But you went along with it nevertheless, right? And you missed it. You missed what you had with this person. You absolutely miss what you had with this person. Whether you're with this person still and there's just some sort of distance, or you are actually separated from this person. You miss them. Twin flame and mask. This person was your person. You had deep feelings for this person. Deep feelings and deep hopes and desires for this relationship. Unity and party. This person may be a bit more of a social butterfly than yourself. You may be a homebody, right? You may definitely be a homebody. And you guys were not necessarily able to connect as deeply as you wanted to on every level because this person's a social butterfly and you're a homebody. So whereas this person would want to go, you want to stay. Now, this person may have been tempted. This person was tempted. Or you may be tempted. Or may have been tempted and just didn't fall for the temptation, right? On the back is unexpected storm and comfort zone. This person is comfort for you. You're a very loyal person. And you don't like change. If you're with somebody, you're with somebody. Yeah, you don't like change at all. But this is a detour that you could not bypass. You had no choice in this detour, in this pause, in this plateau. You had no choice. It was something that needed to happen. The regret could simply be because you allowed things, because you didn't listen to your intuition. You could be telling yourself, I knew, right? And now you're attempting, trying to resist this person because you maybe seen the light. The veil has maybe been lifted right now, right? So you're trying to resist this person, but there's temptation. But you're trying to resist because you see the situation and the person for exactly who they are, which is toxic, right? This could be an earth sign, Taurus, a Virgo, Cap. Taurus, Virgo, Cap. They're toxic. You know they're toxic, but it's a toxic that you can't get away from. They tempt you. Why? Because they're your twin flame. So it is magnetic. It's magnetic. Oops. I didn't drop, I don't know how many. Hold on. We're not going to take them. Because I dropped too many, okay? Let's see. Yeah, you guys see it differently now. You're guarded. You're protecting yourself from this person because you know they're toxic and you know you can't resist them. It's very hard to resist your twin flame. But you want to also not only just resist them as your twin flame, but resist this pattern. This is a pattern that you don't like because it's a pattern that you may have experienced on more than one occasion with different people, but the same exact pattern because you never learned the lesson. Learning the lesson is the key. That is what you guys need to work on, learning the lesson. You need to see what you don't see. Don't avoid those red lights. Don't avoid those yield signs. Slow down. Take a deeper look when you get a yellow sign, right? When you get that red light, stop. Don't go. That's a ticket. You don't want that, right? On the back, we have compassion split with illusions and confusions. So you have so much compassion for this person. You want this person. You feel for this person. You coddle this person. But it's all fake. It's all fake. It's not what love should be. It's not what love should be in reality, and it's not what love should be in your heart. It's not the love that you desire. Transformation. You guys have changed. This has changed a lot of you. Higher self. You've changed. A lot of you have ascended. So this is no longer something that you want to sit and dwell in. That is why you're fighting it. That is why you're closed off. That is why you're guarded and resisting this person, because you've transformed. You see things differently. You view things at a higher level than you once did, but you also recognize the pull that you have to this person, right? Which is why you're avoiding them, which is why you're resisting communication. Healing and dark night of the soul. So this is something that you had to go through, that dark night. You had to go through that. Your person may actually even have to go through that if they have not already. Unity again. Okay, so we are going to do some tarot now. Let's go ahead and get tarot out. Where are my tarot cards? Alrighty. Alright, Sag, we're going to go ahead and get some tarot for you guys. I hope you are enjoying the read. If you are not already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. If you are enjoying what you hear and something resonates, go ahead and hit that like button and the bell so you will get notification every time I drop. And I do drop weekly, daily. 6 of Coins. Okay. Alrighty. Too many there. Let's see. I'm going to take them all, though. Put them in the right order. Okay. So, King of Spears, 6 of Coins, the Sun, 6 of Swords, Chariot, and the 5 of Spears. Okay, so you guys invested in something that you had to walk away from. You gave to something that you expected to get happiness from. Something was this person. You gave to them and you expected the sun to shine. You expected happiness, you know, the rainbow and the leprechaun and the gold on the other side of the rainbow. That's what you expected, but what you had to do was move on to calmer waters. You had to step out of the rain onto dry land because this person was causing too much havoc in your life. You were absorbing it, you were accepting it, but it got to be too much, and you decided that, I need to go a different path. This path is hindering me. This path is not taking me where I need to go in life. It's pulling me in a direction that I don't like with the Five of Spirits, because there was a lot of miscommunication, inability to talk. You couldn't communicate well, right? So you were fighting the battle, maybe going back and forth with this person, and you just realized that I'm gonna win it, and if I do win it, great, right? This is what I wanted. But what happens after I win it? So a lot of you transitioned, and when you transitioned, you gave up the fight because you don't know what comes after. And if this is what I have now, when I'm fighting for it, right? When I'm trying to make it work and I'm pushing to make it work, right? What am I gonna have after I get it back? And you decided that, it's I don't need to fight every battle. I don't need to win every battle. And you threw the towel in. On the back, we have the Lovers split with the Page of Cups. That does not mean that this person will not come back offering you love again, offering you reunion again, because this person may very well also think that you are their person and that you guys are soulmates, that you're meant to be, that we're supposed to have that happy. They may also think that, right? But your mind is somewhere else. With the Three of Spears, I can't make it up. The Three of Spears, because you are looking to move forward. There's something else for you, and you know it, and that's where you're headed. Again, out of the water and onto dry land. Dry land is outside of this person and this union. That's where dry land is for you. That's where you're looking. Yep, on the back we have the Hermit and the Star. Because you have hope now. Because you guys have had a lot of alone time. This is the Four of Swords. That's more alone time. Four of Swords and the Hermit. Same thing, basically. It's think time, right? You guys have had a lot of alone time. And in your alone time, you guys have thought things through. You thought about the what ifs, the maybes. You thought about everything. The things that you missed. The things that you tried. What was in between the lines. You thought about all of that. And that's what led you to think, if this is what I have now, once I win and I get it, I'll have the same thing, if not worse. Because a lot of you are now understanding that you have taught this person how to treat you. You have taught this person that certain things are okay because you have allowed it, right? But you guys are now entering into a phase where you are now more so emotionally stable, right? So you're able to accept things. You're able to see things from the other side. And you don't hold it to your heart anymore. You don't wear your heart on your sleeve, shall I say, right? You can accept it. Yeah, it'll hurt. And you'll have to move on or whatever. But you can accept it. That's where a lot of you are right now. You're the Queen of Cups, Knight of Cups, and the King of Cups. You fire signs are fire. That's all I got. You fire signs fire. For real, for real. On the back, we have the Empress split with the Page of Spears. Yeah, you guys want something new. You guys are mentally checked out. You may not be emotionally checked out, right? But mentally, you guys are checked out. Coming through as the Empress, you know that there's something waiting for you. You know that you've been holding yourself back and that you may have missed a lot of things staying in the connection that you were in. You know this. Because you've recognized everything that was going on as it was going on. And you knew that you were accepting what you should not have been accepting, right? But right now, what's coming quickly, what's going to be so quick that you probably miss it, is your past. It's going to come back again with the Hermit. It's going to come back again. It's going to come back really, really quick because of the past. You're going to miss it. nostalgia, because you're at the point where you're done. You know you're done because you see it exactly the way that it is now, right? The minute you connect with this person, converse with this person, anything like that, it's going to come back so very quickly. It's going to come back because you guys had a connection. The Six of Cups speaks of the past. It speaks of nostalgia. It speaks of happy times. That thought's going to come back very quickly for you when this person comes back and says, hey, let's try again. Can we do that? It's going to come back really quick, right? And you're going to go right back into your think tank. Right back into your think tank. But this person is going to be persistent. Oh, yeah, they're going to be so persistent. They're going to be ridiculously persistent because you know what? You know your path, but they know their path too. They might not align, they may not be the same, but you both know your past, right? On the back, we have the Hanged Man split with Temperance. You're going to be patient. You're just going to sit there. Not making any moves, just sitting here, seeing what falls where and waiting for karma to play out. Waiting for everything to balance out, which means you're not necessarily taking the action. You're waiting for the action to take place for you. You're waiting for the action to work itself out because you are hanging in the tree. Just sitting there, seeing what's going to happen next. While this person is being persistent because you're going to go back into your think tank because this person's persistence, this conversation, this reconnection, this allowment of access again, it's going to make you question yourself, your decision, right? But you're hangman again. Just sitting there. I ain't making no decision. But we're going to have another offer. Come on. Let's talk about it. Let's just go out to eat. You don't have to make any decisions right now. You don't have to say yes or no. It's just dinner. We can just do dinner as friends. That's it. Oh, we can't be friends now? For as long as we were together, we can't be friends? Persistence. Don't let persistence break you. 9 of Cups. Because they persistent about this 9 of Cups. That's why he persistent. You were missed. They know you were missed. They know this is a misconnection. They know they messed up. When I tell you that these people be knowing they messing up when they messing up, and then they wait for you to realize that they messed up and not accept the fact that they messed up to be, okay, you know what, I really messed up. Because as long as she or he is accepting it, we good. But when they realize that I ain't ish, then we have a problem. Then they want to come back with you. Then they want to reconnect. Get things going again. Let's work as a team. Let's build some roots. Let's do this thing, right? But you are coming out of the healing phases right now. You're coming out of it. And it was not easy for you. It was a process. You're on the end stages at this point. At the end stages. And this person's being extremely persistent when you are near done healing, right? And they're going to bring this right back to you, this burden. They're bringing it right back to you because they're so damned persistent. They're bringing it right back to you because, again, everything's coming back to you. Nostalgia, I have the 6 of Cups right here. Everything's coming right back to you again. You're replaying everything. Oh, I love him so much. I love him so much. Maybe I'm not making the right decision. He said he's not going to do this. She said she's not going to do that. Maybe. Oh, but they said that before. Oh, I really hope they don't. But what if they do? And then I'm right back where I was. A burden. They gave you a boulder again, and you accepted it. And you about to start carrying it uphill again, all by yourself. Trying to fix it, trying to make it make sense, trying to make 3 + 5 = 11. That's what you're about to go and do again. 2 of Coins and the 2 of Swords. Because you are now indecisive. Because you now know that this decision will make or break you. Because just the thought of making the decision is making and breaking you. Just the thought of it is putting you in a bad headspace. It might even be bringing you to tears because you know you don't want to, you don't need to. But every time you get to the point to where, okay, I'm not doing it, this is going to be it, right? You'll get a text message. You'll get a phone call. You might even get a knock at the door, right? Sweet nothings, some flowers, let me take you to dinner. Well, you know, maybe they have changed. And then their phone will go off. They won't answer it. They won't respond to the text. But they're with you, right? Yeah, they're with you. Indecisive again. A decision that you don't want to make, even though you already know the answer. Now, this ain't going to be for everybody. Don't make it yours. Don't make it yours. This is specific. You'll know who you are. King of Swords. I don't want to say this is a forceful person. That's not what I want to say. This is with the Nine of Swords, this is an aggressive person. This person has an aggressive energy. They speak with authority. They are also strategic in what they say, when they say it, how they say it. They have the ability to manipulate you, and you not know that you are being manipulated in that moment. At the bottom, we have the Death split with the Page of Spears. Nevertheless, it doesn't even matter, right? This is supposed to be done for you. You're supposed to go somewhere else. A page. This is innocence. This is the beginning of something else. You're supposed to be somewhere else, which means something has to end in order for you to start somewhere else. You're not supposed to be there. Best possible outcome. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Again, go ahead and subscribe if you like what you heard. Please feel free and leave a comment down at the bottom. Let me know if it resonated. Hit the bell. 10 of Cups. You all are going to get what you want. All of you fire signs are going to get what you want at the end. But every last one of you are going to have to make a decision, a choice that you don't want to make. Because all of you fire signs, Sag, this is who I'm talking about right now, right? But all of you have been holding on to something that is not suited for you. You've been trying to hold on to something that does not want to be kept, but you want it kept. You have allowed yourself to outstay your welcome when someone else has already opened the door. And you just refuse to walk through it. Again, I do hope this resonated with you. Anything you need to know about me will be below in the description box. And I'll also be loading again tomorrow, another reading. So let me know if you liked it. Again, if you did subscribe, go ahead, comment, and let me know you subscribed. And if you don't want to for whatever reason, that's fine. Thank you for subscribing. If you have already subscribed, I sure enough appreciate you. And again, hit the bell. If you have not hit the bell, hit the bell. If you are about to subscribe, again, hit the bell, comment, and I will see you guys next time.